dad and my grandfather, my great-grandfather and great-great-grandfather, who from the Netherlands, have been dairy people. So we're kind of in the family. When I was a teenager, I milked cows and didn't like it so much, so I vowed I'd never be a dairyman. So I went to college, got a music degree and a business degree, and graduated from college, found out I couldn't make any money in music, so I was going to be an accountant. Then my dad moved to Fresno, California, started a large dairy and wanted me to come help. So I did, made a commitment to be with him for 3 years, and then he made me an offer I couldn't refuse, and I'm still here. So that's how I'm in the dairy business. We bought a herd, 1,500 cow herd here in Fresno, and they were already breeding with an all-West technician in 1973 and using all-West semen. So we continued that when we came. And then in the process of the switch over to Select sires, I started buying semen from Select, and the all-West technician was breeding Select semen. And shortly after that, the Select sires merged with all-West Select. We never really left. We always were there, and that's how we got involved. Shortly after that, my dad, or even just before the merger, my dad was elected as a director to the all-West board. And he served for 9 years, and at the same time he served 9 years at Select sires. After that, when he retired from the board after 9 years, I got elected in his spot. And I don't know the dates, but I've been probably a director for 25 years. For me, it was a great pleasure to be president. I think one of the biggest things at first was just to get to know all the people on the board. And one of the things that we did at the beginning when I was there is, there was a division kind of between Washington, Oregon, and California. And over the years, we as directors just decided that we needed to be more cohesive, and not be in a territorial type situation. And that really changed with new people on the board, and it was just for the good of the board. Other challenges was, eventually I got to be on the Select sire board. That was a real learning lesson. There again, we go back east, and they're always leery of the Western co-ops and the big dairy concept. And we went back as directors and said, listen, we're your friends. Small dairy, large dairy, we're all in the same business with the same goals to provide good quality semen for our customers. And that's just been a challenge, but it's just been a pleasure to be able to communicate and have a great cohesive board of directors, both for all-West and Select sires. During my presidency, we built a new office in Burlington. So it was kind of under my charge there with the board. So it was really kind of a fun time for me to see us progress from our old office into the new office, and just see how that really helped us grow as a co-op. Big things that happened in a few years, and I'm not a real bull guy. I just can't remember bulls' names because there's so many of them and there's so many good ones. So I'm more on the financial side. I love to study financial statements to make sure that our co-ops are doing well financially. But I think the sex semen was a big change for the industry, and left some challenges for us, and just to produce enough sex semen. And then I think another thing which is revolutionizing the industry is the Cowmaster and the rumination ear tags that, this is kind of just setting off. We're putting them in our cows here, and we just found it to be a very effective management tool. I think competition in the AI industry is it makes it different because of the mindset that we're a co-op with members in mind, where competition can just do anything they want, and we don't sell bad bulls. We want to provide a good quality product for our deal. First of all, I think we've got a better product than our competitors. And the competitors have good product, good semen too. But I think as a whole, I've been with Select Sires on this ranch for 42 years. And before that, the owner of this ranch was with All West for 15 years. So if you put that together, we're over 50. We're right at the 50 years right along with the celebration that we're doing. So I think we just won't sell a bad bull. I think that's the difference between our competitors. So, and I think we have great supporting programs like the SMS and the reproductive program and the cow master. Any dairy can get on the phone and actually call Select Sires and get answers from our people. So I just think we're set apart just because we care about what we're doing. I think it's one big happy family, and with the same goals in mind. For me and my wife, we've seen and known many directors and their wives and their families. We end up going to their kids' way. Is what you do, and many of them retired off, and it's sad to see them go, and but new ones come on. So that's that family thing, that fellowship thing. You look forward to coming to a board meeting not only to conduct business, but to catch up on what's going on in people's lives and what's going on in our dairies. And that actually has flipped over even into Select Sires. I travel the country, I just can't wait to go visit someone's farm, from another director and meet his family or their families. So that's the family thing. And then we take it down to our employees. They're actually I'm just totally amazed how they're such a great part of All West. They put 150% into everything that they do, and we care about them and their families, and they care about, they consider the customers like family members too. So I don't know of any other organization that operates with that in mind. So let's just say it's a big happy family. Our dairy here is actually, there's three of us, myself and my two sons that are on the dairy with me. Charlie runs the dairy part, so he's the one who buys the semen and does most of the dairy stuff, which I used to do. And so that's passed down to the next generation. And then my other son is on the farm, but the two brothers have started another dairy down the street and doing that without me. And so it's good to see them move on and so forth, but they're still with it. As far as I'm concerned, I'm still on the All West board, on the Select Sire board. So my time's 8 meetings a year spent doing that. As far as what I do here at the dairy, I just got done this morning, did a big heifer move. Every 2 weeks we do heifer moves, put new heifers to take to the AI pen. So every day I have some jobs in the morning. I help with that day. So I do some physical stuff, and then the rest of the day I do office work and a lot of financial things. As for what we're doing here on this dairy, we're milking around 2,600 cows. We're farming about 2,000 acres. So that keeps us busy. And as far as the family is concerned, we have 10 grandkids, so 6 of them are in school. So one of our jobs, now school started on Monday, his grandma and I, we help drive the kids to school, which is 20 minutes from the dairy. So then we get into that mode. it's kind of nice at our age to be able to not have to milk the fresh cows or things like that. The new dairy that my sons have just started, they named it Generations Dairy. So that tells you anything. And my oldest grandson is 13. He was kind of a city boy, but he moved out to the ranch. Here was an opportunity. There was a home available here, and so he and his parents moved out here. So all summer he worked with me, and he helped on vet day, RFID, identifying the cows for the vet, and some lawn mowing jobs. Just got him out here to do stuff. He's got a motorcycle, so he's interested. Charlie, his son, is around 11 years old. He can drive a tractor better than I can, a little like his dad was. To get the kids out here, in my case, I kind of requested that all my kids, they had to go to college, and then they could decide if they wanted to come back to the dairy or go do something else. And so they never are forced to come back. And I think the grandkids will have that same opportunity. But the ones that are out here, you know, working and have a little bit of opportunity, someday when I have the dairy, and we hope all West Select Sires will be here for them. I would hope my sons would eventually want to come on it, but you know, they get involved in other things like the school board, or one of the boys is on the milk board, California Milk Producers, and that's time consuming. So at some point when I get off, I guess I'll have to decide. Oh my, there's way too many of them. I think I want to pick on someone who I've worked along with, is Randy Cordes from Washington. He came on about the same time and I have, and we spent all our time together at Select Sires. So just made a good team there. And of course we have other directors that go with us too. And as far as impacting, I'll just mention names: Harold Cadlin, this great guy, Jim Wells, of course, our manager. And then you can just go for all the directors that were before me: Ray Elvers, Howard Martin. I just don't want to mention any more names that I actually miss out, but there were just a lot of greats that came before us. And I still have some of these directors who retired that will call me or email me two or 3 days before we have a board meeting, because they keep track of when we have a board meeting and say hello to everybody. So, and then I guess at the Select, Dave Thorbaugh was, when I got on the Select Sire board, is when he took over as the new CEO, and his team were just really impressive. Well, there's a lot of stories we can share. One that I always remember as I drive up to Burlington, because we always landed in Seattle, and then 3 or 4 of us would all meet and then get in one car to save money. So we all didn't rent a car, but this one time going up to Burlington, Bobby Silva was driving, Norman Martin was hanging on with a cigar, and I was in the back seat, and I don't know who else was there, but we got to a section where everything narrows down, and Bobby just kept going, and all of a sudden there was this big pylon in front of him, and he just like braked, and we just stopped before we hit it, and we all about died. But anyway, and then on another trip, Norma Martin, we're going out to Lacana or somewhere for dinner after the meeting, and we get lost, and little stories like that. We did go to Hawaii one time, so we spent a good part of the day just finding a tattoo place for one of the ladies' wives that wanted a tattoo, and then when we got there, she chickened out. But those are just the fun things that we did on various trips and so forth. Going without me. That's a question, you know, what does the future hold for all West Select? You know, I think our mission statement states it very well. We want to provide a good quality product. So that'll always be on the forefront. I think we're going to have to supply more bulls. I think dairymen want to use less of one goal. They just want to go to the next generation. They, you know, especially with genomics was probably another big thing that has hit and changed the way we sell semen or even buy semen. And so that, I think the biggest challenge will be the technology and what's next around the corner. And as long as we keep our mission in mind, I think we'll be able to do anything that comes at us.